Hey everyone, and welcome to the channel. Join us as we dive into the world of Disastrous Necromancer, where we'll unravel the mysteries of Lin Moyu's quest to become the strongest. From hidden secrets to epic battles, we're here to give you an exclusive look at the story before anyone else. If you're a fan of fantasy, necromancers, or just love a good adventure, you're in the right place. Don't forget to like, comment, and share to support the channel, and make sure you hit that subscribe button so you never miss a chapter. Let's start the journey.
The words, Mr. Lin, from Yu Bingqing's mouth were like a thunderclap, leaving Yu Chengkong stunned. Yu Bingqing and Lady Yu were of the same generation, only one generation lower than Lady Yu, and a generation higher than him. Yu Bingqing was at the peak of the God-sovereign realm and was said to be on the verge of breaking through to the same realm as Lady Yu, becoming the second ancestor of the Yu family. For various reasons, Yu Bingqing held an extraordinary position in the Yu family, far beyond what he could compare to. Usually, Yu Bingqing was in charge of the Yu family's transactions in the 4-star domains. When Lady Yu was not present, she was the spokesperson for the Yu family in the 4-star domains. Yet, such a person addressed Lin Moyu as Mr., and with a very humble attitude. Yu Chengkong felt disoriented, wondering if he had been in seclusion for too long and the world had changed. He recalled Lin Moyu's earlier words about their valuable transaction and waiting for someone. Unexpectedly, the person they were waiting for turned out to be Yu Bingqing. What kind of transaction would require such a person to be present? The formation of the pavilion activated, layers of light screens descended, enveloping the entire pavilion. Yu Chengkong looked at the pavilion with a complex expression. After a moment of silence, he said to Song Yi beside him, "Nephew, you should go back first. As for your matter with Yuzhu, we will discuss it further." Song Yi's mood was equally complex. He replied in a low voice, "All right, I'll trouble you, uncle." He had already decided to seek out his great-grandfather. He knew that only his great-grandfather's intervention could give him hope in the current situation. Song Yi left, while Yu Chengkong stood still, waiting quietly. Lin Moyu was a god king, he couldn't be mistaken. So the issue must lie in Lin Moyu's identity. He was eager to know who Lin Moyu really was, to be able to speak directly with Lady Yu and be addressed as Mr. by Yu Bingqing. Inside the pavilion, Yuzhu introduced Yu Bingqing's identity to Lin Moyu. Lin Moyu stood up and bowed to Yu Bingqing. "Lin Moyu greets senior." Yu Bingqing quickly avoided Lin Moyu's bow. "Mr. Lin, you jest. I cannot accept your bow." As a high-ranking member of the Yu family and one of its leaders, she had access to a lot of information. She knew that Lady Yu and Lin Moyu were on equal terms, so she couldn't accept such a bow from him. Lin Moyu didn't insist and got straight to the point. "Then, senior, please appraise and estimate the value." Yu Bingqing nodded and sat down beside Yuzhu. She first picked up the storage artifact of the Abyssal Dragon Demon. After carefully sensing it, she said, "This is indeed an Other Shore Realm storage artifact." Among the demon clan, only one Abyssal Dragon Demon reached the Other Shore Realm. However, he was severely injured in a battle thousands of years ago and never appeared again. "I didn't expect him to die at Mr. Lin's hands." Yu Bingqing's words carried a hint of reminiscence, indicating that she had some involvement in that battle. Yuzhu softly asked, "Aunt Qing, why did that battle happen?" Yu Bingqing lovingly patted Yuzhu's head. "You weren't born yet at that time. I was only a god king then and only heard about the battle. I didn't participate personally, so I don't know the details." As she spoke, she opened the storage artifact and began to take out and appraise the items inside. Only someone like her, with her level of expertise, could accurately appraise items left by an Other Shore Realm or peak god sovereign. Yu Bingqing's movements were swift, and she was very familiar with each item and material, quickly and accurately giving their value. While appraising, she also briefly explained the function and grade of each item, making it clear for Lin Moyu. In just over 10 minutes, the Abyssal Dragon Demon's relics were fully appraised. Then Yu Bingqing began to appraise the relics of various peak god sovereigns, maintaining her speed. From the unit prices she provided, it was clear that the collections of peak god sovereigns were far inferior to those of the Other Shore Realm. Different realms had access to different things, which was normal. 2 hours later, the relics of over a dozen peak god sovereigns were also fully appraised. Yu Bingqing said, "Most of Mr. Lin's items are from other races. If our human race wants to use them, it will require considerable effort and cost. So their value needs to be discounted accordingly. After my calculations, Mr. Lin's spoils are worth 4.8 billion points." 4.8 billion points was an astronomical figure for most cultivators. Many weaker cultivators struggled for just a few hundred points. Lin Moyu's gains were measured in billions. 4.8 billion points were even more than the wealth of some god sovereigns. Lin Moryu nodded. No problem, let's trade at 4.8 billion points. Yu Bingqing smiled. Alright, I'll have the points transferred to you. Lin Moryu stopped her. Senior, please wait. This is just part of the transaction. Yu Bingqing was momentarily stunned but then sat back down. Then let's continue and settle everything at the end. Lin Moryu lightly tapped the table, and immediately, a large number of storage artifacts flew out. The storage artifacts were of various shapes, piling up into a small mountain. And Lin Moryu showed no sign of stopping, continuing to release more. Yuju covered her mouth in surprise. How can there be so many? Yu Bingqing waved her hand, and the formation in the pavilion changed, rapidly expanding the space. The formation of the pavilion had multiple functions, including space expansion, though it was rarely used. Lin Moryu seemed like a bottomless pit, endlessly producing storage artifacts. Yu Bingqing's gaze grew complex. Each storage artifact represented a powerful being. How many people had Lin Moryu killed? She could sense that the owners of these storage artifacts included god sovereigns, god kings, and true gods. Most of them were god kings. And most of them were from the Golden Eagle clan. Yu Bingqing thought of an incident that had occurred not long ago in the Xuanwu battlefield. Lin Moryu piled up the storage artifacts into a small mountain. When it seemed enough, he moved to another spot and continued piling. In the pavilion's expanded space, a second small mountain appeared. Then a third, fourth, and fifth pile. When 10 small mountains had formed, Lin Moryu finally stopped producing new storage artifacts. 10 small mountains, each with at least 100,000 storage artifacts. In total, there were over 1 million storage artifacts. Yuju was already dumbfounded, her mouth agape, unable to speak, looking quite adorable. Even the well-informed Yu Bingqing's eyelids twitched. Mr. Lin, what a grand gesture. Lin Moryu smiled. Sorry to trouble you, senior. Yu Bingqing suddenly lowered her voice. Mr. Lin, not long ago in the Xuanwu battlefield. Before she could finish, Lin Moryu nodded. It was me. Please keep it confidential. Yu Bingqing took a deep breath. Rest assured, our Yu family will keep it secret. She then issued orders, calling for more appraisers to come. Yu Chengkong, who was waiting outside the pavilion, suddenly looked up towards the end of the backyard. Several figures appeared there, wearing similar attire and having similar appearances, all of them women. In the Yu family, the division of labor between women and men was completely different. The trading center was managed by women, and the traders were all women. Men were responsible for other family affairs. Yu Chengkong knew that those coming now were all traders, a total of 50 traders. The traders passed by Yu Chengkong and then entered the pavilion where Lin Moryu was. Yu Chengkong's eyelids kept twitching, his heart pounding. So many traders are needed, how big must this transaction be? He thought again of what Lin Moryu had said, that this transaction was not only valuable but also extremely large in quantity. It seemed Lin Moryu was telling the truth, but Yu Chengkong couldn't have imagined the quantity would be this large. To actually require 50 traders, this must be all the traders in Fortress Number 1. What kind of transaction is this exactly? Yu Chengkong was very puzzled, his curiosity rising, but unfortunately, he couldn't know. The formation of the pavilion blocked his curiosity. Inside the pavilion, the 50 traders, looking at the 10 small mountains of storage treasures, were all stunned, unable to speak for a long time. Yu Bingqing instructed, the 50 of you, form groups of 5, each group choose one pile. The 50 traders acknowledged the order simultaneously and immediately took action. Yu Bingqing sat with Lin Moryu, drinking tea and chatting about some casual matters. Yuju served them on the side, never interrupting, very obedient. Yu Bingqing's conversation was very skillful, never touching on Lin Moryu's secrets, only chatting about what Lin Moryu had seen and heard. Lin Moryu knew this was truly a master. From seemingly unintentional details, one could deduce a lot of information. Moreover, Yu Bingqing's voice was gentle and wouldn't make people feel annoyed. While answering, Lin Moryu also asked about some things he didn't know, such as the world beyond the star domains. Yu Bingqing had lived for thousands of years, her experiences and what she had heard were far richer than his. There was much to gain from this. Not everything could be queried in the Human Emperor network. Through the conversation with Yu Bingqing, Lin Moryu gained some information about the world outside the human race. The great world was vast, how vast, no one knew. It was said that no one had ever reached the edge of the great world. The human race's star domain only occupied a very small area in the great world. However, most of the great world was void. Stars were rare, or even non-existent. The light of fixed stars could radiate for countless light years. The farther the distance, the weaker the starlight. In many places of the great world, even starlight couldn't reach. Such places were not just dark voids, but truly desolate and distant. Yet in this desolate distance, countless dangers and opportunities were hidden. Someone once found a cave dwelling in a remote void. This cave dwelling was from an ancient powerful cultivator. He went through 9 deaths and 1 life in the cave dwelling, and finally obtained the inheritance of that powerful cultivator. When he entered, he was only a god king, but when he came out, he was already a peak god sovereign. He returned to the divine city, established a sect, and soon advanced to the other shore. There were countless such stories. Some people gained opportunities, while others were very unfortunate. Many people disappeared in the vast starry sky and never returned. In the conversation with Yu Bingqing, Lin Moryu also gained an important piece of information. It was said that war god Shao Zhanshan had also traveled the world outside the star domains, and for quite a few years. Later, his ability to soar and save the human race from disaster was also inseparable from those years of travel. Later, when Shao Zhanshan established the War God Temple, he had ordered that people of the War God Temple, after reaching the God King realm, must travel outside the star domains. Yu Bingqing just told this to Lin Moryu like a story. These things were not secrets. Because there was no evidence and no way to verify, it could only be treated as a story. But it was true that people of the War God Temple, after the God King realm, needed to travel outside the star domains. And there was indeed a teleportation array in the War God Temple leading to the outer realm. This was not false. Yu Bingqing had used it once. In the conversation with Yu Bingqing, Lin Moryu gained a new understanding of the world outside the human race, initially experiencing the mystery of the great world. The great world was vast, various races were hidden in different parts of the great world. Apart from the known strong races, whose territories had been locked down, there were more small races, whose star domains were still unknown. In distant places, there might be even more unknown races existing. After 2 full days of joint efforts by the 50 traders, the appraisal and valuation were finally completed. The final price was also summarized to Yu Bingqing. Yu Bingqing said to the 50 traders, "What happened today? Once you leave this trading room, you must all forget. You all know the family rules, I don't need to remind you again, right?" The 50 people immediately responded in unison, "Yes, ma'am." The 50 people left in single file, leaving as quietly as they had come, demonstrating the Yu family's strict rules. The trading room returned to silence, and Yu Bingqing said softly, "Sir, the total amount has come out. Your single transaction amount has exceeded the highest record of our Yu family." Yuzhu couldn't help but exclaim, "Ancestor Qing, I remember the highest single transaction amount was 15.8 billion points, right?" Yu Bingqing nodded slightly. Yuzhu remembers correctly, but that transaction record was actually from the Heavenly Sword sect. After a great battle, they gathered all the spoils of the entire sect and conducted a single transaction. Yuzhu made an "oh" sound. "Ancestor Qing, how much is today's transaction amount?" Previously, each trader had sent the amount to Yu Bingqing through the Human Emperor network, and except for Yu Bingqing, no one knew the specific number. Yu Bingqing smiled slightly. Including the previous 4.8 billion, the total is 32.6 billion. When she reported the number, she kept looking at Lin Moryu. To her disappointment, Lin Moryu was drinking tea on his own, and after hearing this shocking number, he had no reaction at all, not even a hint of excitement. She didn't know if Lin Moryu was pretending to be calm, or if he really didn't feel anything. At this moment, Lin Moryu sighed lightly. It seems there are still many poor people. Not counting the previous 4.8 billion, the million storage treasures afterward only exchanged for 27.8 billion points. On average, the materials and items in each storage treasure were only worth 27,800 points, not even reaching 30,000 points. If the storage treasures of the god sovereigns were excluded, the average for the rest would be even less. It was enough to see how poor those guys were. Just like in the human race, some people would fight over a few hundred points, while his transactions were in billions each time, and this time even broke the record, exceeding 30 billion. This was the unevenness of the world. Absolute fairness doesn't exist in any race. Lin Moryu calmly said, "I have no objection to this amount. Let's proceed with the transaction at 32.6 billion. Also, I want to buy some things." Lin Moryu told her what he wanted to buy. After listening, Yu Bingqing frowned slightly. "The items you want may not be easy to find. I'll have the family try to locate them, but it may take some time." Lin Moryu smiled. "I'm not in a hurry. Just contact me when you have them. Do you need a deposit?" Yu Bingqing quickly shook her head. "No need. With your credit, even the most expensive items don't require a deposit. Lin Moryu smiled slightly. Thank you, senior. The transaction was complete. Lin Moryu obtained 32.6 billion points and would also receive 3.26 million military merits. Lin Moryu didn't know how many military merits he had now. For this Divine City promotion mission, he had completed it perfectly, killing over 1 million Golden Eagle clan members, including 20 god sovereigns. Later he also killed many demons in the Vermilion Bird battlefield, which should also earn military merits. Due to the promotion mission, his military merits hadn't been tallied yet. They would be calculated together when he returned to Divine City. But even without counting the above military merits, just the 3.26 million from this transaction was enough for him to be promoted to general. However, to be promoted to general, he still needed to complete a promotion mission. Lin Moryu didn't know what the promotion mission would be. Outside the pavilion, Yu Chengkong, who had been waiting for 3 days, suddenly saw Yu Bingqing walk out. The formation was still activated, so he couldn't see inside. As Yu Bingqing passed by Yu Chengkong, she stopped and said, Chengkong, Yuju's judgment is much better than yours. Don't interfere with Yuju's marriage anymore. Whatever happens in the future will be Yuju's own choice. This is the ancestors' meaning, you should understand. I know you have a good relationship with Song Ren, but sometimes the flower may have the intention, but the flowing water is indifferent. By the way, Yuju and the gentleman have already left. You don't need to keep waiting here. As for when they'll return, that's up to Yuju. With the gentleman around, she'll be fine. Yu Chengkong asked in a low voice, Aunt Cheng, who exactly is that gentleman? Yu Bingqing said, you'll naturally find out the gentleman's identity in the future. I can only tell you that the ancestor and the gentleman are peers. So if this matter works out, you'll have gained a huge advantage, understand? After saying this, Yu Bingqing left without lingering. The pavilion's formation was removed, revealing an empty interior. The pavilion was a trading room with a teleportation array inside. After completing transactions, one could leave directly. Yu Chengkong let out a long sigh and finally left. As he was leaving, he muttered, my daughter has grown up, I can't control her anymore. Vermilion Bird Star Domain, Life Star System number 98. This was the first star system Lin Moryu arrived at after entering the Great World. His initial registration and missions were all completed in this star system. Life Star System number 98 could be considered Lin Moryu's starting point in the Great World. Lin Moryu and Yuju appeared simultaneously in the teleportation array. Yuju blinked her eyes curiously, so this is the star system where the captain first arrived. Actually, after leaving Divine City, Yuju had spent most of her time in the trading center, then went to the battlefield, but still stayed in the trading center for long periods. She didn't know much about the outside world. The 4 star domains were quite different from Divine City. Lin Moryu sent a message to Ren Chang, but didn't receive a response for a long time. From the feedback of the Human Emperor Network, Ren Chang was still alive. Most likely he was on a mission or in secluded cultivation. Lin Moryu had originally wanted to have a drink with Ren Chang, but now he couldn't find him. The two flew away from Life Star System number 98, heading towards Small World number 3344. Small World number 3344 was located on the edge of human territory, with nothing else besides the small world. It was basically in a no-man's land where even other races could come. As long as they didn't go further in, the humans wouldn't interfere. Lin Moryu summoned the enslaved Golden Eagle God Sovereign to use as a mount, activating spatial leaps to travel quickly. Yuju stood on the Golden Eagle God Sovereign, her curiosity piqued. Wow, Captain, you're actually using a Golden Eagle God Sovereign as a mount. Lin Moryu calmly said, it's quite useful. Yuju giggled, this is many people's dream, but they can only imagine it. The captain is amazing, turning others' dreams into reality. Lin Moryu looked ahead and said, your choice may not be the right one. Yuju fidgeted a bit, whether it's right or wrong, it's my own business. Anyway, I've decided that I won't marry anyone except the captain in this life. I'm not trying to cling to the captain, I just want to follow along and see. When the captain returns to Divine City, I'll go back to the Yu family too. If the captain still remembers me, come visit me when you have time. If you forget, that's fine too. I'll just be waiting at home. Lin Moryu felt a bit helpless. Yuju was his friend after all. He had already spoken very clearly, but Yuju still didn't care, which made Lin Moryu even more troubled. For Lin Moryu, it would be easier to fight enemies on the battlefield. From Yuju's eyes, Lin Moryu could feel her deep affection. This time she said she wanted to follow him around for a while, and when he returned to Divine City, she would go back too. Such a request was really hard to refuse. After the two left the pavilion via teleportation array, They first went to the military merit office to claim the merits earned from the transaction points. A full 3.26 million military merits shocked the staff at the military merit office. Then they left the battlefield and returned to the Vermilion Birdstar domain. During this time, Lin Moryu wanted to take on the promotion mission to become a general, but was told he couldn't because his Divine City mission wasn't completed yet. Lin Moryu wasn't in a hurry about this. Back in the Vermilion Birdstar domain, Lin Moryu wanted to take a look at his small world. He wouldn't return to his small world, as Antares had warned him not to come back. Lin Moryu just wanted to take a look. In Divine City, he had seen the ancient battlefield and traces left by Meng Anwen there. It was all like a huge mystery that kept troubling him. From time to time, Lin Moryu would recall the scenes he saw in the ancient battlefield. That broken Divine Summer Tower, although he knew it was just a replica, it was still the Divine Summer Tower. Anything related to Meng Anwen weighed heavily on Lin Moryu's mind. Lin Moryu was lost in his thoughts. Yuju stood cleverly to the side, not disturbing him. She looked at the rapidly passing starry sky around them. As they sped forward, the starry sky became distorted, creating a scene similar to teleportation but different, which was quite novel. The closer they got to his small world, the clearer Lin Moryu's sense became. An invisible aura emanated from his body, connecting to the small world through some special channel. This was an ability unique to him as the world's master. Even though he had left his small world, as long as he was within a certain distance, he could sense it. If he were inside the small world, he could control the world's power and manipulate the world at will. As he got closer to his homeland, he didn't feel homesick, only nostalgic. He missed the people in his homeland, the things and events there, and that unorthodox dragon. Be careful. Yuju let out a cry of alarm. A dazzling golden light shot towards them. Lin Moryu's heart stirred, and the mount beneath him immediately shifted thousands of miles to the side, avoiding the attack. Seeing the attacker, it was a god sovereign from the Golden Eagle clan. This Golden Eagle clan god sovereign held a sharp bow, aiming directly at him. His eyes were filled with anger and killing intent, and Lin Moryu knew why he had attacked. Using a fellow clan member as a mount was indeed infuriating. Behind him, further away, there were several other god sovereigns. They came from various clans, including the Ox Demon clan, the Flying Python clan, and the Demon clan, among others. This area seemed to have become a conflict-free zone, where even god sovereigns from clearly hostile clans could coexist peacefully. Lin Moryu knew that for some special reasons, there were always god sovereigns surrounding the outside of his small world. They seemed to covet some treasure within the small world. However, they were also wary of the small world and dared not enter. According to the rules of the Great World, god sovereigns indeed could not enter the small world. The power of god sovereigns was too strong. Once they entered the small world, it could easily cause the small world to collapse. The small world could not bear the power of god sovereigns. But Antares could stay inside safely, which was truly strange. It could only be said that his small world was very peculiar, so peculiar that Lin Moryu couldn't understand it. Be careful. The Golden Eagle clan god sovereign shot another arrow, this time releasing 100 arrows at once, with 100 golden lights covering the sky. Lin Moryu's mount once again flew thousands of kilometers in an instant, avoiding the attack. However, the sharp arrows suddenly turned around, their speed increasing sharply, arriving in front of them in an instant. The arrows carried a terrifying pressure, making Yuju's face turn pale, her small face as white as a sheet. Don't be afraid, it's okay. Lin Moryu's calm tone inexplicably reassured Yuju. A golden sword appeared in his hand, and with a light wave, it shone with a light even more dazzling than the arrows. A golden shield appeared, blocking the sharp arrows. The pitch-black starry sky was illuminated, and Lin Moryu, carrying Yuju, flew out. At the same time, he pointed a finger at the Golden Eagle clan god sovereign. Fusion spell, Bone Hell. Bone Hell appeared out of thin air, enveloping the Golden Eagle clan god sovereign. The slaves in the hell immediately launched an attack on the Golden Eagle clan god sovereign, while the undying flames fell like meteors. What is this? The Golden Eagle clan god sovereign sneered disdainfully, casually shooting hundreds of arrows. The hell slaves fell one after another under the sharp arrows. The marking was completed, and Lin Moryu smiled slightly, a piece of flesh appearing in his hand. The flesh also exuded a strong god sovereign pressure. Its owner had been a third-tier god sovereign. And the Golden Eagle clan god sovereign in front of him was also a third-tier god sovereign. The Golden Eagle clan god sovereign suddenly felt a sense of foreboding. Danger, danger. His soul kept sending signals of danger. His feathers stood on end, each golden feather standing upright. A god sovereign's soul was powerful, and their sixth sense was often very sharp. This time, it also predicted danger, but it was too late. Boom. In a violent explosion, he was blown to pieces, his body shattered, wings broken, and his soul destroyed in the explosion. A dignified third-tier god sovereign of the Golden Eagle clan was so easily killed. The faces of those watching nearby instantly changed. They had wanted to see how the Golden Eagle clan god sovereign would kill this human god king. But now, the Golden Eagle clan god sovereign was killed in an instant. The situation reversed too quickly. This guy is not a god king. He must be a high-tier god sovereign, using a special treasure to hide his aura. Definitely, look at his shield, I can feel the power of rules from it. The god sovereigns from various clans watching the scene were all filled with fear. In their eyes, Lin Moryu was at least a high-tier god sovereign. Otherwise, how could he have easily killed the Golden Eagle clan god sovereign? Lin Moryu put away the Bone Hell. The just-deceased Golden Eagle clan god sovereign had already become a slave of the Bone Hell, but unfortunately, he couldn't retain the ability of spatial leap. Now, there were 5 Golden Eagle clan god sovereigns in the Bone Hell. Originally, Lin Moryu wanted to collect some peak god sovereigns as fighters, but unfortunately, their power was too strong. The Bone Hell would be destroyed in an instant, making it impossible to collect them. The spell was still a God King realm spell, and Lin Moryu knew he couldn't push it too far. Yuju's eyes sparkled, the captain is so strong. A third-tier god sovereign was so easily killed, and Lin Moryu had only moved his fingers twice. Lin Moryu's strength had completely surpassed Yuju's imagination. This little fangirl had now upgraded to a big fangirl. Lin Moryu, carrying Yuju, flew over to the outside of the small world, his gaze sweeping over the god sovereigns present. There were still 8 god sovereigns present, and when they met Lin Moryu's gaze, they felt fear. Even the demon clan god sovereign, who had an undying enmity with the human clan, didn't dare to make a sound, even feeling the urge to turn and flee. Lin Moryu looked at them, "Don't worry, I won't kill you. But the premise is, don't fight me." As he spoke, his soul moved slightly, and a soul pressure belonging to the other shore realm naturally spread out. In an instant, all the god sovereigns present broke out in a cold sweat. The soul pressure of the other shore realm made them feel as if they were facing an abyss. They immediately smiled obsequiously, "Rest assured, Senior, we definitely won't seek death. Senior is magnanimous and righteous." They all flattered him, even the demon clan god sovereign. To save their lives, face was not important. Lin Moryu said no more and looked towards the small world. Yuju stood quietly beside Lin Moryu, not disturbing him. Although surrounded by god sovereigns from other clans, with Lin Moryu there, she felt very safe, not afraid at all. In her eyes, Lin Moryu's figure was so majestic, enough to shield her from all storms. Lin Moryu seemed to be observing the small world, but in fact, he was using the world's power to sense it. He didn't enter the small world, and the world's power wasn't like eyes, unable to see the scene clearly. He could only sense the overall state of the world. The world was running smoothly, indicating that the entire world was in a healthy state of development. The world's power had been severely damaged before, and recovery was slow, taking at least 1,000 years. But recovery was a good thing, and Lin Moryu wasn't in a hurry. Then he sensed the aura of the gods. Before leaving, he had allocated a place for the gods to live, separating the gods from ordinary people. Normally, the gods wouldn't interact with ordinary people. But even if they did, it wouldn't have much impact. The gods had good personalities and weren't greedy for power. Then he sensed the aura of the human clan. The human clan's aura was calm and peaceful, indicating no wars had occurred. Unfortunately, he could only sense to this extent and couldn't get more detailed information. Lin Moryu tried to sense the ancient battlefield. The ancient battlefield was connected to the main world but was an independent space fragment. The world's power penetrated the ancient battlefield, and in an instant, a deafening voice echoed in his soul, and his connection with the world's power was instantly cut off. "Get out." Lin Moryu recognized Antares' voice. This guy seemed to be in a strange state. Lin Moryu's heart tightened, wanting to check again, but suddenly the space in front of him shattered, and a dragon's breath shot out from the space, blasting him thousands of kilometers away. The dragon breath was terrifying, collapsing space wherever it passed, and the dreadful power of rules spread recklessly through the starry sky. The god sovereigns who had been surrounding the small world were all scared out of their wits and fled immediately. Lin Moryu was blasted back tens of thousands of kilometers before he finally stabilized. Yuju clung tightly to Lin Moryu's back, nervously asking, "Captain, are you all right?" In her view, Lin Moryu had shielded her from the attack. She had been so frightened that she lost her ability to react. The sudden attack was far more terrifying than any god sovereign. Lin Moryu softly replied, "I'm fine." At this moment, Lin Moryu's expression was extremely complex. He was indeed fine, not injured at all. The attack seemed fierce, but when it landed on him, it was just a powerful push, causing no harm. The seemingly terrifying force directly entered his body and then condensed into a dragon head in his soul. Antares' dragon head. Seeing the familiar head, Lin Moryu felt a mix of emotions. In his heart, Antares held the same status as a family member and a teacher, no different from Bai Yiyuan, Mengyun, and others. The door to his soul world opened for Antares, and Lin Moryu's soul smiled. Long time no see. Antares glanced at Lin Moryu's soul and suddenly let out a strange cry. "Kid, you've reached the other shore realm." Lin Moryu smiled slightly. "My cultivation realm is still at the God King level, but my soul has reached the other shore." Antares stared at him. "You're really a freak. Alright, I don't have much time, so I'll keep it short. First, I'm fine, so don't worry. Second, get out of here quickly, as far as possible. It's not safe here. Third, I'll come to find you after I get out. Don't worry about how I'll find you, I have my ways. We'll talk more then. Lastly, when you break through to the other shore realm, don't take shortcuts. Absolutely don't take shortcuts. Your cultivation speed is too fast. Remember, no shortcuts, even if it means death." After saying this, the dragon head dissipated. The previous attack was just a facade. Antares' real intention was to get him away from the small world and then say a few words. Antares seemed to be in a hurry, as if something was happening that made it difficult for him to be distracted. Lin Moryu couldn't figure it out for the moment. But he remembered Antares' words. This place was dangerous. The danger referred to the small world and its surroundings. Lin Moryu knew Antares well and understood the deeper meaning of his words. Lin Moryu immediately took Yuju and controlled his mount to start a spatial leap, quickly leaving. In the blink of an eye, Lin Moryu had disappeared into the darkness. Outside the small world, the god sovereigns who had fled earlier sneaked back. What just happened? I don't know. We've been observing for so long, trying all sorts of methods without entering, and nothing ever happened. Well, something did happen. A few years ago, someone came out from inside and was taken away by a human god sovereign. Speaking of which, that person looks a bit like the guy who came today. That's impossible. How many years have passed? He was just a super god back then, probably not even a true god now. Should we send a few people in to take a look? We've sent people in before, and they all died inside. But we can't just keep guarding like this. As they discussed, the space suddenly twisted, rippling like waves. Their bodies twisted with the space, but they seemed completely unaware of the spatial changes. Their voices elongated, each word stretching for several seconds. Yet they still felt nothing. The spatial distortion grew stronger, layer upon layer. Under the intense spatial distortion, the bodies of the god sovereigns began to break, like iron sheets bent back and forth countless times, directly snapping. But they still felt nothing. After a dozen seconds, the space returned to normal, and there was no trace of them in the starry sky. None of the god sovereigns who had sneaked back survived. In a more distant place, a god sovereign stood dumbfounded, watching this scene. He was one of the 8 god sovereigns from earlier, but because he returned a bit later, he escaped this disaster. He witnessed the bizarre scene, watching 7 powerful god sovereigns die silently. His eyes filled with fear, and he let out a strange cry before turning and fleeing. The starry sky around the small world seemed to have completely returned to peace. At distances of 10,000 kilometers, 20,000 kilometers, 30,000 kilometers from the small world, points of white light flickered. In the starry sky stood inconspicuous skeletons. Lin Moryu had left as Antares advised, but he hadn't completely left. He left some skeletons, one every 10,000 kilometers, to observe the situation outside the small world. He believed Antares wouldn't speak nonsense. If he said it was dangerous, it must be dangerous. Sure enough, danger had indeed arrived. Having flown billions of kilometers away, Lin Moryu suddenly stopped. His expression turned extremely shocked, and he murmured, "How could this be? What kind of rule is this?" The god sovereigns were killed without any awareness, even chatting and talking in their final moments. Such an attack was too bizarre to imagine. Yuju sensed Lin Moryu's abnormality. "Captain, what's wrong?" Lin Moryu sighed, "It's nothing." Yuju didn't press further but chose to change the topic. "Captain, why didn't you go back to the small world to take a look? You're not a god sovereign yet, so you can go back." Lin Moryu controlled the golden eagle mount to continue forward while retracting the skeletons. "I'm not going back. I have other things to do." Yuju softly said, the ancestor said that while cultivating, one should also relax appropriately. And isn't the captain's wife in the small world? Why not go back to see her? Actually, Yuju wanted to ask why he didn't bring his wife out. With Lin Moryu's current ability, whether in the 4-star domains or in Divine City, he could ensure a good life for his wife and family. Yuju's words brought back many memories for Lin Moryu. Let me tell you a story, Lin Moryu said softly. Yuju quickly nodded, her big eyes shining brightly. Lin Moryu began to tell a story. In the human race's divine city, at the edge of the central hall, there was a grand palace. Though not as grand as the central hall, it was still magnificent. In front of the palace stood a statue of Shao Zhanshan, towering 10,000 meters high, incredibly majestic. This was the War God Temple, a legacy personally established by Shao Zhanshan, and the strongest legacy within the human race. A person flew out from the temple and entered the central hall. In the central hall, the Heavenly Saint Sovereign sat at the head. The Heavenly Saint Sovereign looked at the newcomer. War Saint Sovereign, have you received the message? The War Saint Sovereign nodded. After 1,000 years, it has appeared again. Go take a look. All right. A teleportation ray appeared in the central hall, and a few seconds later, the two disappeared from the hall.